Hey y'all, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. This is Fresh Catch Friday with Cass and Lorain. Cass is here and I'm here. And I guess this guy always starts us off at a pick of the week, so go ahead and tell us what's good.
Alright, this week I picked the incredible new spelling album, Mazzy Fly. Spelling, her real name is Tia Cabral. She's from Oakland. She's on Sacred Bones. Everybody knows it's my favorite label.
We do.
And I think this might just be one of my favorite releases Sacred Bones has ever put out. I listened to it this morning. I've heard the teasers leading up to this album. And it's honestly, like, unlike anything I've ever heard in my life. It's like a weird mix of Bjork sort of art pop, a bit of psychedelic soul in there too, because there's some really interesting guitar parts. But all the drums and stuff for the most part are electronic, like drum pad stuff, and there's some very great synth leads and stuff like that. It's kind of like a horror movie or something soundtrack on top of, like, or behind her vocals, which are very haunting, very strong, really good vocalist. And yeah, the synths kind of remind me a bit of Tobacco from Black Moth Super Rainbow. Her voice, again, like I said, reminds me of Bjork a little bit. But this is a very dark, disturbing album. The lyrics are really dark. The themes are very, a little sinister, I would say. And the album cover itself, I mean, it's just a very, very unsettling, disturbing album. But it's really, really goddamn good. So give it a listen if you're trying to hear something new, something fresh, something spooky. Check it out. It's on blue vinyl. It's $19.95, and I am clearly very excited about this.
I think you should show him the picture on the back too, because it's kind of awesome.
She's dancing with the cows. She's like a farm goth or something very weird.
Do we think this is the color of the blue vinyl?
Yeah, I believe it is.
So it's not translucent, it's more of the opaque blue.
Yeah, something like that. And she's,
Okay.
you know, like I said, she's from Oakland, so relatively local.
Yeah, pretty much, huh? Okay, sounds like a good one. My pick for you this week is technically not a pick, but 5 picks of these Arctic Monkeys 7-inch reissues that are just so gorgeous. They got great sleeves, and if you want to bump up your collection, if you're a 7-inch collector, some people, do that, and I get it, and so it's so nice that these are available again. The first one here, this is like, whoops, I'm trying to get that glare off there for you. Okay, this is Cornerstone backed with Catapult. Then we have Crying Lightning with Red Right Hand, and this produced by one Josh Homme that you may know of.
One of their better singles.
This one, Don't Sit Down Because I've Moved Your Chair, backed with IDST. Sorry about the noise. And this one here is I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, which is backed with Bigger Boys and Stolen Sweethearts.
Hell yeah.
And then this one here is, it's Leave Before the Lights Come On, and it is backed with Baby I'm Yours, which actually of those 2 tracks, I kind of prefer Baby I'm Yours.
Really?
I love that tune.
Right.
Anyway, these are all on the Domino label, and we love Domino. We like some Domino.
We love Arctic Monkeys.
Yes, we do. And these are $11.95 each, and yeah, they're here for you now. So pretty good stuff. I'm sure you've got a few other things you would like to discuss, Cass.
Yes. Okay. First, let's talk about this Claypool Lennon Delirium album, South of Reality. Claypool Lennon, if you couldn't tell by the name, it's Les Claypool and Sean Lennon. Of course, John Lennon's son, obviously. And this is a very incredible collaboration, I have to say. They've been doing it since 2015. I guess Primus was on tour with Sean Lennon's band, Ghost of a Saber-Toothed Tiger, I think that's what they're called. And after the tour was over, they just decided to jam together, and they both had like a love for vintage psych rock and prog rock, like King Crimson and like Yes and all that kind of stuff. So they decided to just put an album out, just jam, see what they could do, and they had their first album out called something Phobos of the Monolith or something a couple years ago. This is the second album, and like I said before, it's pretty much the same sort of thing, very proggy, very trippy, psychedelic stuff, but one thing's for sure is that Sean Lennon, he's a very talented guy. He's not just like, oh, he's just famous because he's John's son. He is a very talented guitar player. And I saw on YouTube they did like a cover of In the Court of the Crimson King, and with all of them, and it's an incredible performance. And then Les does like a really good bass solo in the middle, so really good. I just didn't realize how great of a guitar player Lennon was, and of course everyone knows how great Les is. So combined, there's a lot of talent on here, and it's just a really fun, spacey prog album. You can tell by the cover it's going to be kind of wacky, kind of silly, much in the vein of Primus music. And yeah, it's just really good. A really interesting collaboration. I hope they keep this this group up, and hopefully if they go on tour, you can check that out. Kind of a legendary thing to witness. And yeah, check it out. It's a pretty long album too. So if you like prog rock with incredible virtuosity.
Well, you should mention it's also on pink and purple vinyl.
Oh yeah, I didn't even say the price.
And it's got a digital download with it as well.
Yes, and it is
$24.95.
$24.95, so that's a pretty good deal. And the color is supposed to be pretty cool. Pink purple split color.
Oh, nice.
So it's pretty wild.
Okay.
So check that out. And finally, I have this. I just heard about this today. Julia Jacklin. I've heard her name in the past. I knew she was an up-and-coming Australian singer, but this record, the cover caught my eye because it's just very beautiful green colors, and the color of the vinyl is green as well.
Oh.
And so I just checked it out, and it's just really good. Honestly, I definitely think I've read some publications saying that she's going to be pretty big, and I can definitely see why. She has definitely a very strong, powerful voice, and I could see fans of Angel Olsen or Big Thief. Always, all these big, very powerful female-fronted groups. If you like those kind of bands, you're definitely gonna like her as well. And yeah, it's just it's indie rock, singer-songwriter kind of stuff, a little folksy as well. But her voice, of course, is the selling point. She's an incredible vocalist, very strong, and her lyrics are very heartbreaking, very what's the word? Very close to the heart, very heart-wrenching stuff, very crushing, as the album title would indicate. So this is her second album. Like I said, she's from Australia. Australia's killing it right now. Mm-hmm. They got so many great singers and songwriters from there. Tame Impala, King Gizzard, Courtney Barnett, and she's just another one to add to that list of incredible Australian musicians. And I think she's going to be really big, and this album's definitely going to break her through, I think, if enough people hear it. So give it a listen if you like that kind of stuff. I don't know how much it is. I think it's $20.95. Yes, $20.95, green vinyl. Check it out.
Okay.
There's the back.
Oh, very good. All right. Well, what I'm going to talk to you about this week is a couple of box sets and a soundtrack. This is a wonderful thing. This little beauty here is Curtis Mayfield, Keep On Keeping On, Curtis Mayfield studio albums 1970 to 1974. This is on Rhino, and this features newly remastered versions of the first 4 studio albums that this legendary artist recorded between, as they said, 1970 to 1974. And 2019 marks the 50th anniversary of Mayfield's prolific solo career. He started off in a band called The Impressions, and I think he even joined that band when he was maybe 15 years old or something like that. But wrote some amazing songs with them, and after leaving them, he embarked on this solo career, and it's produced some of his greatest work. He's known as the Gentle Genius, which is kind of a cool thing. He's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. Once as a member of The Impressions and later as a solo artist.
Oh, that's rare.
Yeah. So the first record was just Curtis, and that had it's included in here, of course, and it's got that great tune "Move On Up" in it, and that just was so genius. And in terms of cultural significance, this album's combination of socially conscious lyrics and the soul funk vibe, it really helped blaze the trail for later albums like Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On" and Stevie Wonder's "Impressions." Inner Visions. Impressions was the band Mayfield was in. Sorry, get it straight. So anyway, there's 3 other albums, and this is just a nice place to get everything collected together. It's really cool. It's only $62.95, which I think seems like a really pretty good price for this. And so yeah, okay, Curtis is here. And the next thing I want to let you know about is this soundtrack to the movie Green Book. And this is on Milan Records. Milan's released the soundtrack. It's a comedy drama called Green Book. The album features, the film's original music composed by Chris Bowers, and it also includes songs from the movie that are by the Blue Jays, Timmy Shaw, the Blackwells, Jax 4, Bob Kelly, as well as performances by the Don Shirley Trio that are featured in this movie. It's, you know, it's, okay, the movie tells the story of a growing friendship between a nightclub bouncer who's been hired to chauffeur a very educated African-American piano-playing prodigy through the Deep South on tour. And, you know, it's nominated for 5 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Screenplay, and Best Film Editing. So, you know, it's got some great tunes, and it's a great film. So this is $22.95, and that's here for you now. Okay.
Gotta catch that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Soon.
It seems like it. Well,
so much good stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. It's got Viggo Mortensen in it, and I'm not sure of the actor who's like playing the role of. I don't recognize him. I don't know him, and I don't know his name off the top of my head. But anyway, it's here. All right. Finally, I just want to let you know about this little beauty. Yes, this is the Zombies, the complete studio recordings. This is on Varice. And for the first time, the essential studio recordings of Britain's legendary zombies are assembled in one place on vinyl for you. And this set includes their 2 original US releases, which were She's Not There / Tell Her No, and then of course Odyssey and Oracle, which is on everyone's essential albums list.
Yes, mine included.
Yes, you included. Okay, in addition to that, there's 2 important compilations, I Love You and R.I.P., as well as a bespoke collection of rare singles and UK-only album tracks, which is like kind of a cool thing to have. And that one's called Oddities and Extras. So this is the most comprehensive vinyl collection of the Zombies work that has been assembled to date. These are 5 LPs, 180 gram, $108.95, and that is a winner.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
Favorite
now
band from the '60s, I think, for sure.
Well, I mean, you know, they weren't like they weren't around that long, but boy, they sure made a mark,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, only one album, really.
Okay, now Cass, I'm gonna slide these on over to you so we can tell the people what's good. Ugh, man.
Bunch of reissues in this stack, but some cool new stuff too.
So first up, we have Anemus. This is Dreamcatcher. This is $24.95. I believe that's limited to 700 pieces. Check that sticker on the front for me, will you?
Electric blue and white splatter vinyl.
Oh, that's a nice thing too. Okay.
You're interested in that?
Now we've got the Art Ensemble of Chicago, Tutankhamen. This is on transparent blue vinyl for $23.95.
Nice.
Okay. We've got Candlemass, Door to Doom, $22.95. We have Ray Charles, Modern Sounds in Country and Western, Vinyl 1. This has been available, I think, on CD for a while, but now it's finally on vinyl for you, $19.95. Kind of weird, Ray Charles doing country, but you know what? He can do it.
Nice, yeah, he's a dynamic.
It's amazing.
For sure.
Okay, then we've got a band called Drenge, Strange Creatures. This is $19.95. You know anything about Drenge?
No, I don't. Actually, I was going to check this out, but I ran out of time.
Oh,
but
okay.
It looks pretty damn interesting.
Yeah, they got some great costumes and masks going on and stuff. So.
Reminds me of that Les Boucherettes album.
Oh, okay.
Same vibes.
All right, now we've got Electric Boys, Ghost Ward Diary on gold vinyl, $29.95. I'd like to see that gold vinyl. I wonder if it's the transparent kind or an opaque golden one. Would be interesting. No, you gotta buy it to find out. Okay, we have Ella Fitzgerald, Ella at the Shrine. This is $17.95. I feel like this is probably, you know, very typical of a lot of other releases that they've done with her, you know, in these like kind of live recordings or whatever. But, you know, I think people that love Ella really just, you know, are happy to get any kind of new performance. So, you know.
It's just, like I said, it's going to be a lot of these reissues. I think we've even had this before on
Really?
vinyl. This is just a new pressing.
Okay, then.
Same with these next couple.
All right, we got Stan Getz and Charlie Bird, Jazz Samba, $22.95.
Classic.
Great cover. Stan Getz and Bill Evans, and it's self-titled. This one's $22.95. All right, we got Coleman Hawkins. Coleman Hawkins encounters Ben Webster on $22.95. That didn't make it sound like a knife fight. Yeah.
They didn't play music.
Coleman and Ben having a knife fight. Yeah, it's funny. $22.95. Now we got Billie Holiday, Body and Soul, and I know this has been out and about many times, back and forth. This one's $22.95.
Cool.
Okay, and Billie Holiday songs for Oh, distingué. It's a French word. So I guess.
I mean, distinct.
I know. I think it's like disengaged almost. You know what I mean? For distingué lovers, $22.95. I guess we'll have to look it up to be sure, but I think that's what it means. Okay. The next thing is Antonio Carlos Jobim, composer of Desafinado plays, $22.95.
Bossa Nova classic.
Okay. Oh, here we go. We got a little
Here we
Yachty.
go.
Nothing to prove.
Break through the oldies with some.
Yeah, this is on 140 gram vinyl, $22.95. Is that a double? It's a double. That's a pretty good price for a double, you know?
Yeah, Lil Yachty has this weird thing where it's like his albums will be like a great one and then a flop and then a great one and then a flop. I won't say which one this is. You'll have to figure that out for yourself.
Yeah, that's for you to decide. Wes Montgomery, California Dreamin', $22.95.
Nice.
All right. That's got one of those like kind of classic covers, you know. It was in this period of time. When was this? Like the 50s? And you know, all these like guys, they'd always have just some random kind of good-looking girl on their album covers and
in nature.
put somewhere, whether it was like real editorial fashion look or just something like in nature like that. But it's kind of funny. Those are like it was a classic thing that everybody was doing back then. Kind of funny. Wonder whatever happened to these models. You know, where are they now?
Maybe it's just the same couple of girls.
Maybe they were in rotation. Okay, now we've got Quavo Huncho, 2 LPs, $22.95. What's this all about?
Quavo, he's one of the 3 Migos. He is a Migo, and I guess they're all putting out solo albums now. I don't know. I guess they all think they have enough talent to each put out a solo album. I won't say if they do or not. That's for you to decide yet again. But we have.
You're really zipping it up this week.
I don't want to say whether I like this Quavo album or not, but I will say that, like I said, they're all doing their own solo thing, and we actually have another Quavo solo album, Migos solo album coming up in a little bit. So.
Okay. Well, that's pretty funny. I'm sure, okay, for filming purposes, you're zipping it up. But I bet you if you come in here and ask him, he'll be mouthing off about anything you want to talk about. So
not a big fan, if I'm being honest, but...
Oh, there we go. We got him to
Sneak
say
preview.
it. All right, Santana, In Search of Mona Lisa. This is $15.95. So is that like new stuff, I take it, right?
Yeah, I think
it's only, is that an EP? It's just an EP.
Pretty old on the back.
So okay, because that's why it's $15.95. You only get 5 songs on there. So,
yeah.
Okay. Now, what did you say? He's looking old? Is that
just to show that it's a new album, not like an old album.
All right.
You know.
God, I thought you were like
he's looking fine though.
You going for Carlos now?
Okay.
Right. Now we got the saxophones singing desperately sweet. This is a 7-inch, and this is $7.95.
There we go.
All right, $7.95 for the saxophones.
Nice.
All right. Now we've got Sublime's greatest hits. I'm sure this is like how many greatest hits have there been?
This was out on Black Friday. Now they got a black vinyl.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, this is
Sublime heads.
$24.95. I was saying, I'm sure we just had this. Like, all right, that makes sense.
I'm more of a 311 guy, so.
Okay, you're such a snob. All right. This is Sisto. Ever Since I Lost My Mind. This is a gatefold LP for $19.95.
Incredible.
For Sisto. All right, now we have Take Off, The Last Rocket. This is $22.95. Is this the...
This is the other Migo.
All right.
The third is Offset. And he actually put out a solo album today too, but it's not out on vinyl.
Oh.
But this and the Quavo album, these didn't come out today, like the actual album. They just came out on vinyl today. But yeah, all 3 Migos putting out a solo thing.
I think you should show the back cover art. This reminds me of like Sailor Jerry was doing space stuff. Doesn't that look great?
Yeah.
I mean, I love that.
I gotta say, they're all coming through with some pretty incredible album covers. That I can say. So.
All right. Okay, now we have U2. This is No Line on the Horizon, 2 LPs. Black vinyl is $40.95, but it's also on clear vinyl for $45.95. Now, usually, if they jump it up to a color, it's only $1 more. So I don't know why these guys have theirs for $5 more. Not that they set the prices or anything, but that's just a little weird to me. I'd go with black.
Here's a pic of Bono looking so badass.
Are you being facetious?
No, he looks really cool.
Let me see it.
So does the Edge. Look at his pose. Look at he's stanced up.
Let me see it. Okay, well, whatever with it. Okay, Cass.
I'm being serious, all right?
I'm not buying your story, not today. All right, now we have Victoria Adia Silences, 1795.
Nice.
Okay. And then we have Yola, Walk Through Fire, 1895.
Cool.
All right.
Produced by Dan Auerbach.
Oh, is it?
Glanced on the back. It says that, so.
Okay.
Cool.
I guess we got a couple of last-minute add-ons here.
Yes.
Oh, boy, you're going to make me say this?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right, you guys, I wish I had a beeper, but I don't. This is Good Fucks, self-titled or soundtrack? What is that? ST?
Self-titled.
Self-titled. And it's $20.95.
This is the guy from Cap'n Jazz, Tim Kinsella. I guess this is his new band, so if you like Cap'n Jazz, you should check this out. I like Cap'n Jazz, so
All right.
I'll probably check it out.
You'll probably check it out. All
Here
right.
we go. The one Lorain's been dying to talk about. Better Oblivion.
Better Oblivion Community
Community
Center. And is that a self-titled, I'm assuming?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it is as well. 10 captivating stories is what it says down here. Captivating? I don't know, man.
Dude, I was captivated.
Were you?
Yeah.
All right, 1895. And we should mention that this is Connor Oberst and
Phoebe.
yes.
Power combo. So check it out. I mean, Phoebe right now, she's really blowing up. We're selling out of her Stranger in the, what's it called? Stranger in the Alps or something? Ghost of, what's it called? I can't remember, but we're selling that thing like crazy. Her debut album. So Phoebe's doing great. Connor's doing great with his solo stuff and Bright Eyes. So, like I said, power duo over here.
What label is that on?
It's on Rough Trade.
Oh, okay.
Or no, wrong-o. Dead Oceans, actually.
Oh, Dead Oceans. Okay. All right. We like a little bit of Dead Oceans. That's good.
Yes, we do.
But anyway, I expect that this is going to sell very well, and I believe,
Orange vinyl.
yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
So that kind of goes and pairs nicely with that too. Okay, so
right.
I think that is
That's
our
a
list
wrap.
for today. So yes, we're getting close to the Cherry Glazer show at the Catalyst, which will be what not next week or the next one, March 4th. Anyway, so Catalyst in the atrium, Cherry Glazer. We're pretty excited about that.
Yes, we are.
And yeah, I guess was there anything else coming up? You were were you telling me about
there's a
something?
show tonight. I'm still deciding if I'm gonna go or not, because I think tickets are sold out online, so we'd have to go at the door. But if they're sold out at the door, that'd be kind of sad.
Yeah, well, what
There
is
for
it?
nothing. Oh, it's TV Girl, which is actually a band. It's not a girl. And George Clanton, my
Oh,
guy.
oh, okay. Well, you should probably. Well, where is it? Santa Cruz?
Catalyst. Yeah.
Oh,
So.
well, maybe you can just take a ride down there. So anyway, it's Friday. I hope you're going to have a great weekend. Ashley and Eric will be here this weekend to field any questions you might have, or make suggestions, or just hang out and ring you up for if you want to buy something.
Nice.
Other than that, I guess we will just see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Bye.